All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're new to me, new to my show, new to my channel, please do subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching later, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's 490 something videos there now, so please do take advantage of them. All the current shows, all the previous shows, all the shows coming up in the future. There's so much wisdom there. And so today it is my dear friend Brenda Lainof is back with us. I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about brain wall and brain balancing today. So some of what we're going to discuss is what is a brain wall? Like I said that just recently. I don't know what that is. Let's talk about it. And why is it important to regularly clear your brain wall, and how do beliefs and programs produce brain walls? So we're going to be doing a process as well, brain wall clearing, I guess, and then brain balancing. We'll be taking some live caller questions. But yes, this is going to be a wonderful show to help us all understand more about the brain. And so if you don't know Brenda, she's been with us many, many times. We love having her. She is an intuitive guide and assists in clearing negative emotions and chronic health conditions, emotional and mental self-sabotage. And once she intuits what is creating unease in your body, Brenda energetically works with you to dissolve that unease, dis-ease, and low frequency vibration. And Brenda works with numerous modalities and uses the most appropriate modality that is needed at the moment. So every client is, of course, different, and she taps into you as to what you are ready for. So I'm excited about today's conversation because it's something totally new, and I'm always fascinated by how the brain works, how it functions, and how we can use our brain more effectively, more of its potential. And as we are talking about, physically the brain, etc., we are not doctors. I'm not a medical practitioner. Brenda is not as well. We just work energetically. Okay, so if you do have something, physical seriously going on with your brain, please, of course, check with a medical practitioner as well. Okay. So welcome back, Brenda. So glad you're here.
Hi, I'm glad I'm here too. So thank you once again. I believe the last time I spoke to you was about a year ago at this time, and I was in Mexico. So here I am back in Alberta, Canada, and I'm in sunny city called Medicine Hat. And if you Google, it's one of the sunniest places in Canada, which I had no idea. So yes, I do get the sun and lots of deer. Deer, and I saw like a beaver yesterday and ducks, and I just love the nature. So I'm in a nice little sized city, and quite happy to be here and doing this and doing the work and help, seeing people in person and then obviously online, which I've been doing for many years now.
Absolutely. And, that is the way it's going these days. It's, there's a lot more ease with doing the work via video or telephone, etc., than always in person, right? Especially when you're in Mexico and your wonderful clients in Canada and the US and in Europe who want to work with you, they're not going to fly down to Mexico, right? So it's great that we can do this through this medium. So Brenda, I'm excited to talk about the brain wall and brain balancing and clearings. So I have never heard the term brain wall until you mentioned it to me, right? So it's like I'm like curious, so can you talk a little bit about the brain wall, what that is, how that functions, how it's created? Anything you can tell me is going to be great.
Okay, well, honestly, I just came up with it. It was just like, I'm going to see if people have a brain wall. So, most likely, you have heard over the years about a heart wall. Well, we can have a brain wall. And it's been fascinating. With the sessions that I've been doing, people, they describe what this brain wall, what it looks like, how it feels. And it's very similar, as I've mentioned, about working with a heart wall. We could put a wall around here and we don't realize it because, again, we're about, operating on 85, 90% somewhere in that on a subconscious level. So when you can identify and you look at the wall and you can see what it is, then I intuit what's related to it. a lot of the time you do feel lighter and brighter. It's a great process. And I think it's something that we need to look at while working with the brain at this point in time, more so than ever, daily. We're getting bombarded daily, affected daily, and it's tiresome. So we want to keep our brain as clear as possible with all of the influences that are out of our control. So working with the brain, and not saying I'm a brain expert, but I know on an energetic level, we can balance it. So I'm guided to firstly take us into a general brain balance. Now I'll be pulling in various processes that I've done over the years. So I will be dowsing, I will be bringing in light language. So there'll be a variety of ways that I pull in the energy and then doing the clearing. So that's what I felt like. Why don't we just do a good brain balance for everyone? And then from there, then we'll open it up and we'll have somebody say, yes, I like, if we can please look at my brain wall, and then we'll get into it. It's a fun process. And
Okay.
I think you'll enjoy it. So, but before we do that, always before we do that, I want to raise our frequency and vibration. Now, if you guys don't have a pendulum, or maybe you're guided or you're not too sure, it's not the pendulum that's the magic, it guides us. So right now, I'm just right away, just raising our frequency and vibration. I'm just letting it go, raising our frequency and vibration. This latest pendulum, I was quite pleased. I picked it up in Mexico City about a year ago, and it's got all the 4 archangels in it. It was like, oh, thank you, thank you. And now it was so fun because I would sit outside having a cafe latte, pull out my pendulum. I didn't feel like I was looked upon like I'm a little bit crazy. It was quite accepted in Mexico, so which was fun. So, anyways, let's just raise it. Our frequency for all of us. So again, here right now, then later on the replay. So let's just do that now. You may sense energy, you may not. It doesn't matter. You're still receiving that. And if you do like a pendulum, honestly, I'm so attached to mine. When I get one for a period of time, if something happens to it, I feel like I've lost a friend. So I really get attached, and I keep a few around. But then you have your favorites, and this happens to be my favorite. So I'm feeling like we're sort of more in a calm state. And let's just clear out anxiety. Just asking Creator to please clear any anxiety we might be holding on to. Like, please clear out any anxiety, held at a cellular level. Let's just do that now. Just want to calm down our nervous system. Let's do that. And if you see me doing a breath, that's what I do. It kind of coincides with my pendulum as it spins, as it slows down. Just something that happens. You see me rocking in my chair. Well, not a rock, but I might be moving like this. I'm actually muscle testing at the same time. So like the forward, and this is like a yes and then a no. And I definitely guarantee that in the one-to-one sessions that I will get you muscle testing. It's an absolute guarantee. So you're just going, oh, I can't do that. I guarantee you will. So that's something I love to teach. I love to support. So we're just going to start the process. And so you're going to see me working here, and it's going to be a mixture, as I've mentioned, of work that I've done over 25 years of different energy. So I can throw it in, I can douse, it's whatever. It's all energy's energy. It's not that it has to be a certain way. So I'm just going to begin here, and we're going to be looking as to balancing the brain. So as we've raised our frequency and vibration, we're asking God to please balance the blood flow. Just go ahead now, please, and balance the blood flow. And as we do that, we're asking please to balance all the sugar levels in the body and brain now. You want the balance of sugar in the body and brain now. And as we do that, we're asking to please optimize the blood flow. So not just balancing, but optimize it to the brain fully now. It's doing that. And you see the pendulum moving. That's again, it's guiding me. It's not, I'm not doing this. I'm actually watching it, just so that you get clear on that. Just go ahead now. We want to hydrate the cells in the brain. Our cells need hydration and they need oxygen. So we're asking Creator to please oxygenate the cells in the brain fully now. And as we do that, we're asking to please balance, harmonize all the electrical activity in the brain. Let's do that now. Harmonize and balance. And as we're balanced, we're asking Creator to please balance and integrate the right side, right hemisphere to the left, left to the right, the front to the back to the front, inner to outer, outer to inner, and in between now. We're asking, please neutralize and heal all the stress, all the trauma imprints in the divine blueprint or divine blueprint in every cell in the physical and the etheric brain now. Shakia bakia babakia chukakacheta. Lekia nanaya bokoshi satai. Rata kash seya kokoyasheta. Likia pakosha nana se. Shira kia tatai. Shikalikin kokoyesh babakia to koko. Shikakia to koko. Shita shita. Shikakia to felt a lot of like electricity actually with that little sparks. We're asking to please neutralize any and all ill effects on the mass consciousness and any ill effects of any person affecting the brain health and functioning. Let's just neutralize that now. We're asking to transmute all that dysfunctional memories, layers and layers of memories in the blueprint of the DNA in our brain now. So as we do that, we're asking to please clear it out on the mother's side and the father's side through all the generations now. So just know that as this is happening, you are helping your ancestors right now at this moment. By listening to this, by allowing this, you are helping on your mother's and your father's side down all the way, down the generations. And they are happy. When I say they are happy, it's like my pendulum just starts spinning faster. Like we're happy, we're happy. Thank you, thank you. And we're asking to please clear out anywhere we have been programmed. There can be tons and tons of programs that are affecting us, shuts down our brain. We may have come into Earth already programmed. So we're asking anywhere the brain has been programmed in any detrimental way, we're asking to please clear that out now within the memories of the DNA of the brain. within the entirety of the brain. Shapaka, shakpa, shakpa, shakate, pokoka, yeta. Yanana koshieta. Lokoshi paka asana. Yakoshokoya. Lakianana koshieta. Unono hai. Shakia hayeta. Shatata. Yeta paka yetoko. Shakia ana na yetoko ya. Clearing out all the programs. And I suggest you come back to this audio because there can be layers and layers of programs that are going, no, I'm not ready to clear now. So every time you come in, you're just allowing all those programs that are ready to clear out. So now what we want to do, we want to reboot the brain. So we're asking her to please keep it clear and balanced. We want to increase the brain's recall, memory, and organizational abilities. How we need to remember, how we need to have those organizational abilities. So it's doing that now. Increasing, just throwing in energy. We're asking to raise the energy, vibration, and life force of the brain to the highest, most beneficial levels now. It's doing that now. Shalakia bakasha sadaya lakoya. Shi bakai sanana nana hia tabakosha lakiokoya. And let's go ahead and just sending the brain love. It needs a lot of love and raise that level of love to the brain now. Every cellular, subcellular, nuclear, and subnuclear, right down to that quantum to energy and energy to quantum within the brain. We're asking spirit to come into the brain now. Spirit to be 100% integrated in the brain now. So we're asking Divine to do this across all time, space, dimensions, realities, the multiverse, and all parallel lives. Yes, there's something better. Thank you. Shea pakakas shalakia. Nananayeste she shalakia na poshe tataya tokoya. Okay. So this will continue for a period of time. So obviously take a deep breath. And if you have any water and just, I know in my head, I can feel it. So I feel energy in my head and you may or may not, it's still working no matter what. So that's that part of it.
I
And
was yawning like crazy through the whole thing. I was like, I don't know if I can talk because I might be yawning through my talking, but it was like unbelievable. So, yawning for me means there's a shifting happening. There's energies that I'm processing, that
yes,
I'm feeling, perceiving, etc. So thank you. That was awesome. And again, this is all, we're just, I'm telling YouTube land because, this is all energetic. We're just working with energies and frequencies, right? So thank you. So, oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, still yawning like crazy. So how can we regularly clear our brain wall, and why do we need to do it on a regular basis?
Well, we're going to do, so this was like kind of a balancing the brain, but I want to get into a specific brain wall. So
Yeah,
this
sounds
is
good.
the kind of the fun part. And and this is what I get into obviously when I do one-to-one sessions as well. So a lot of the times what I'll do, well, every session basically, is that I create an own personalized audio. So you're going to get your own little personalized audio that goes with, if there's something specific that you need to work on, is something you need to return to. So I just wanted to mention that that works really well. I mean, you don't have to listen to everything, just that one little audio. So the brain, let's look as to having like a brain wall. So as I mentioned, honestly, this just came to me. So it's a energetic wall around the brain. Now it can be made up, and I'm sure you've heard the term by now, trapped emotions, beliefs, and programs. And now typically want this to, we want our brain to be nice and protected, but at times these things do happen and they can seep in. And so the wall can be really anything that we can imagine. I've had someone say to me, "Oh, Brenda, my wall, when I look at the brain, the wall's made out of, it was like clouds. It was kind of fluffy. And so then I go into it and I intuit with the work that I do. Well, let's see what's going on. Is it past life? Is it something in this lifetime? Is it something through your ancestors? Let's see what's going on. So it's a fun process. And if somebody would like to volunteer, say, yes, I have a brain wall. And if you want to communicate with me on in here on chat or however you do that, Lara,
Yeah. So,
whoever
Bobby, you want
wants
to
to come
unmute?
in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby.
Sorry about that, but I'm nearly blind, so it's a struggle.
Oh, okay. So, okay, nearly blind. If you were to envision a wall, so, it doesn't matter what your eyesight is at this moment, is just
Right.
envision something being there. Tell me what that is. And I'm going to give you a bit of an example. So if you've heard before people talking, oh, I have a heart wall and it's, made out of brick or something. That's a real common one that Dr. Nelson would teach when you would do his work. So what would that be to you? And honestly, it can be anything. There's no judgment at all, but just it gives me a place to go to, and then we'll go from there.
Well, it's interesting. It's the same thing I had when I was a child, and I couldn't
Yeah.
remember where a specific street went, but I had a dream about it, and I ended up on this cinder block wall with my best friend, and neither direction was going to be safe. So we're sitting up there. She ended up going into the black abyss, which was really traumatic as a child having that dream. But the other side was you were going to be eaten alive. But that vision still, and I'm 63, still
Hmm.
shows up from the
Yeah.
age of 6. And I'm like,
Wow.
this picture won't go away. I guess that if I were to put a sentence to it, I can't see how to move through losing my eyesight.
Hmm.
I can't see where to go.
Okay, so when I ask you what's the material, what is it, like what you
Like
said,
cinder,
is it a wall?
it
Is
was
it,
cinder block wall,
oh,
cinder blocks, like big
oh,
bricks.
sorry, cinder
Yeah,
block. Okay, I'm just writing this down. Okay. And the color,
just gray, cinder
gray.
block.
I guess they're just gray. Okay,
And
cinder
just,
block
yeah,
walls. Okay. And is it quite deep? This wall, is it very deep?
it's it's tall, and on one side there's just this dark abyss that has
Hmm.
no description to it. It's just like you're
Yeah,
gone. You just don't exist
you're
anymore.
just
And
you're
the
just
other side
gone.
is is it's just this very dense forest of danger, like
Yeah,
jaguar.
danger. Gonna get eaten alive or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let me just check. So this is where I go, and I'm like, I work with many modalities, and it doesn't really matter at this point in time. We just see where I go. So I'm just going to check in. I'm going to get the connection with Bobby and directly with Bobby now, just making sure I'm good and strong. And I am. Just, yeah, I am. So good. Thank you. And I'm asking, what's the priority for Bobby now? And she's talking about this cinder block wall. So I'm just asking, so truth, is it anything within this life? Oh, it is. Okay, so I'm just checking within this lifetime, yes. And was it from birth? Is that? Yes, it is. Okay, let me just check in. When did you start going, your eyesight going? How old were you?
My eyesight has been strange since I was a child. I had times when I could see really well. I had times when I got tunnel vision, and I had times when I couldn't see. And I had a very traumatic upbringing. I mean,
Okay. Traumatic. Yeah, I
plus
get
my
two
head injuries. Pretty
lots of
substantial, like getting knocked out, completely knocked out cold, waking
okay.
up and going, why am I still here? Because
Yeah.
wherever I was great, but I woke
Yeah.
up and it's a mess, you know.
Well, it's like, really, I came back for this. Like 2 years of age is coming up for me. It's not 2 years of age. So let's sort of see what's going on. So I'm asking for assistance. Where do we go here with Bobby? So I'm getting that too. So whatever is happening here that's related to this wall, is there some belief that we need to look at? But okay, so truth. Is it truth? Is it a type of belief? Well, I'm actually getting yes, but I don't sense it's yours, but I do get like you're absorbing it. So let me just go down this rabbit hole of what belief that you've absorbed. So I'm asking, where do we go with that? Yes, some belief like a defect, like, oh, a defect. And again, even before I asked, is this yours? I'm getting no, but you definitely absorbed it. So let me just sort of check to see where we go, what's related to that, and get a sense of what is it that you absorbed that you've taken on. And okay, okay. There's these words that are coming in. I'm always in trouble. I am always in trouble. And it doesn't matter what, I'm always in trouble. Now, when I ask, is it yours? No. Did you absorb it? It's like, yes. So now that we know that, yes, you absorbed it, do we need to know who did you absorb it from? Not really getting strong, but I think it'd be really beneficial to also help. Is it the mother? I don't even get the mother. I feel like it could go back further than that. So, okay, I'm always in trouble. So this belief that you're always in trouble, what can we do with that? I'm asking for assistance. I feel like I need some more information. So I'm just asking here. So I'm asking Critter, can you please give me some more information about what is it that's always in trouble that was really coming up from your ancestors is what I'm getting. Let me just see what's coming up here right now. Where you just yeah, this goes back many lifetimes is what I'm getting. And there's a lot of forgiveness is coming up. The word forgiveness is coming up. So when I ask if this forgiveness is that not forgiving self, is that something? Yes. So that whole not forgiving self, not forgiving yourself, it's like it's already in at a cellular level. Okay, let me just see where I go with this. For not forgiving self. Checking in is not forgiving self. You absorbed it, yes. And it was triggered, yes, at 2 years of age. So I'm asking, is there something else here that we need to know about not forgiving yourself? Because that's obviously, as you know, it's a huge one when we're not even allowing yourself to forgive yourself. Just like I'm not going to forgive myself. I'm not going to forgive myself. Yeah. And a lot of trust and faith is coming up that we need to do that. So I'm going to be checking in at a soul level. Are you ready? I'm asking at a soul level, are you ready for letting go of not forgiving yourself, even though you absorb this? No, I'm getting no. No, there's something there. It's just like, no, you're not. So what else is coming up? I feel like there's a story it feels like there's a story that needs to be told. And it almost feels, oh, I'm getting a lot of energy in my head, like a biblical story who goes back that far, like again, a lot of energy in my head. There's something like a biblical. I heard the word, I don't know why, because I don't know Genesis. What's Genesis? A new beginning? Is that what that means?
That's in the beginning. That's the beginning.
In the beginning, that's what I heard. The word Genesis in the beginning. Yeah. Oh, interesting. In the beginning. Okay. And that's like there was getting a lot of energy. When that happens, I just gotta let it go. Okay, let's let this a lot of energy right up here in the beginning. Okay, so it's almost we need to find out what the story is that triggered this at 2 years of age that's led to all of
Brenda,
this.
can I just interrupt for a quick second?
Yeah, please.
Unfortunately, we can't do a full session for Bobby on this call,
right. Okay.
And even, this is a great demonstration of how you work with somebody to find out, about the wall, etc.
Okay.
But then can you do a clearing for like the forgiveness or the
Yes,
that it started at the
definitely.
beginning, but for everyone? Because it's not
Yes,
fair for the rest of everybody here, right?
absolutely. So typically everything that I do with intention, it does help everyone when I'm doing this work. So if you check for yourself, if you sense, do you feel that there's some not forgiving in your system? So for Pat, for Aaron, for Scotty, Susanna, do you test that there's some part of you that is holding on to, I'm not forgiving?
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious what yeah. So there's some of that. And you can just type in if that is applicable for you. So there might be a part of you that's just like, no, I'm not going to forgive. So we're going to be going through and we're going to be asking Creator. So anywhere, and then we'll go back to the wall and we'll check. So we're just asking Creator anywhere that you may be holding on to any I'm not forgiving, anywhere you're absorbing it, where you're sharing it, and anywhere that's coming from the collective, from the ancestors, anywhere that you could be holding on the memories of I'm not forgiving in your DNA within the brain. We're asking to please clear out any and all programs about not forgiving. This is asking to dissolve that now. We want to dissolve the memories. Dissolving all the memories. And again, look with the pendulum, I'm not making it spin, it's just letting it do its thing. I think this could be big actually for all of us. And it doesn't have to be ours again. It could be in our ancestral lineage where we get triggered in this lifetime. Okay. And knowing this could also, okay, it's speeding up again. This could also go on for a period of time. Okay. So let's just check in, Bobby, and what does your wall look like? Because we want to get some comparison here. So does it look the same? Is it changed? It
Seems shorter.
shorter.
Not as high.
Okay.
I can jump off now, but I'm still not seeing like safety.
Right. And that could be obviously a process, but as wanting to help out as many as possible here.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else here that noticed any I don't know, whatever that is, any more lightness, or if you want to type in, I'm just curious in comments for that. And then if not, we can move on to somebody else. Oh, I'm just getting in my head. Really potent and loving energy, Susanna. Okay, awesome. Hi, Susanna. Not
Good,
sure.
but
That's
at least
okay.
there was a change from where Bobby started
Yes,
to where she is now. So
Yeah.
that's
that's the key.
awesome. That's the
Yeah,
key. And
yeah.
and to have that awareness. So if that's something that you want obviously to continue learn to do yourself, like, oh, I wonder if I have a brain wall, because we can get really stuck, and myself as well. And unknowingly, I'm connecting to, oh, I got to go to my TikTok, or oh no, I need to go over here, over there, and I can get fragmented. So it affects my brain. And that's part of what we're going through a lot right now. And then we got the whole AI on top of it all. So it's hard to distinguish, well, what's mine and what's not mine. So I am going to suggest to learn to do that and just keep your brain, because that way we are more alert. We can see what's going on. And that's where we want to be. We want to be neutral to see, okay, this feels like truth. This is untruth. And you're just clear in your head. We want to be clear in our head. And that all in all, it's going to help us tremendously. We can work on the organ or gland and do all that, but we need to get clear in the head. We need our pineal gland to be 100% working optimal. So if it's not, then we need to get it, obviously. And there's ways of doing that. Like I would just suggest even just working and swiping and bringing up your pineal gland with pure intention. With pure intention, it's not magic. Just go, oh, what percentage is I'm going to check for the group right now. So for the group, for everybody here at this moment, I'm checking what percentage is the average here for everybody that's in this call. Well, I'm actually getting this quite high because we did a lot of the work. I'm getting about over 80%. So that just gives you a sense. And that's because we did what we did. And even by doing what we could do with Bobby for the brain wall, that helps everybody. So whatever one person was caring for one is helping somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think some people might still be confused about like how these walls are created. I mean, I know like a lot of us know about the heart wall, but maybe there are some people who don't, right? So how do our beliefs, our programming, our thoughts produce these, specifically the brain walls?
All subconscious, it's everything is on a subconscious level. So how it's produced, I don't know. It's like having heart wall. It's just something you test, you ask, do I have a brain wall? As simple as that. How it's created, what our subconscious does is phenomenal. Like we haven't even tapped into it. It is phenomenal. So how that happens, I don't know, but I do know that we can ask that. And if anybody muscle tests, probably everybody here does, then you can just simply ask, do I have a brain wall? Make it simple. Oh, what's related to that? And if anybody is aware, probably, maybe it's like, for example, trapped emotions. Oh, is there a trapped emotion that's related to, and then check, well, what is that? Because it could be, has nothing to do with you. It could be something you've absorbed. So that's really important. So you don't take it, oh, it's me. I've got the problem. A lot of the times it has nothing to do with what I found, has nothing to do with us, which is amazing. It could be, but we take it personally. Oh, it's ours. Oh, it has to be mine.
So these brain walls basically are formed or created by the subconscious in order to protect us emotionally, mentally, physically, etc. Right?
Etc. Yes, I believe that it's a way of protection. And but maybe the subconscious is kind of mixed up. Maybe it thinks, oh, we need to have that wall in place, but really the truth prevails. I want the truth. We want to see what's going on. We want to make the connection. So in a way, I find having a brain wall, like a heart wall, you want to break through it. Like, what's going on? And you want the clarity. We want to be having to be able to observe what's, danger, not danger, and just be more in that neutral. So it's something that's created. I really believe you can have a wall among, around an organ or a gland. I just happen to come across this, and I'm just finding people feel more clarity. There's just more clarity, and it just helps overall in an everyday situation.
And these brain walls can be formed in past lives and parallel lives through our
Exactly.
ancestors, etc., right? And that we've taken
Exactly.
on, from lifetime to lifetime, etc., right?
Exactly. Maybe maybe there's some contract vow agreement that we came into Earth with, like you're going to continue that. Maybe it's your contract in this lifetime to clear for the ancestors. Maybe that's in your life path, your purpose. I don't know. We're all here for a reason. And if that's helping, which you can ask, gee, by doing this with Bobby, did this help her mother, her father, her aunts? I'm getting yes. Just yes, it does. By doing this with Bobby, has this affected everyone in this right away? I'm going yes. So we can't even imagine the capability of what we can create, our brain. Like we've been so programmed to be powerless. And we're done. And I think we're all kind of done with that. Just like, you know what? We're done. We've got one day at a time, one day at a time. Personally, I want to be as powerful and step out of my comfort zone as possible. And if that means that other people don't feel comfortable, that's okay. Not everybody is going to be attracted to our energies. So be it.
Yeah. Okay, let's do a few more cases. So if you would like to work with Brenda to find out if you have a brain wall, what kind of brain wall it is, and then, quickly clear one thing for everybody,
Okay.
raise your hand. That would be great if you could raise your hand, because it is something that you need to, speak with Brenda, So I know Tanya has her hand raised. So let's do a couple more just to get a feel for it and also to clear more stuff, right?
Okay.
So that we can have more clarity in our brains, and like we already did the forgiveness part, which was great, right? We could all definitely use that.
Yeah.
Tanya, you want to unmute?
Hello, everyone. Hello, alive.
Hello.
Hello to see you all. So my question is
Okay, so let me just ask. So it's not really like a question thing, right? It's more about Brenda, you're going to ask her or about if she has a
Right.
brain wall or not, right?
Yeah. So just like what we did with Bobby, just if you can imagine it, and honestly, it can be anything. It's not like, oh, you're crazy, Tanya, for saying that. Just so whatever you think. So whatever that wall could be, it could be a blind, a curtain, whatever. So the very first thing that comes to your mind, don't question it. Just let me know, oh, what's that brain wall? What is it made out of? And what do you get?
paper, like they used to absorb water, kind of.
Okay, like paper
Not
towel.
kind of, like paper
Yeah.
towel.
Okay. So it's quite thin, probably a white color.
Yeah, kind of grayish
Yeah.
white, something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So that you absorb.
It's
So I'm
not
going to
clear,
be,
not white, no.
oh, it's gray. It's gray. Okay.
Gray than white, yes.
Okay. So let me just connect. So I want to make sure that I'm connecting with Tanya and Tanya only. Just want to get a direct connection. Okay. Okay, good. So now I'm asking for Tanya, is there a belief that she has, a hidden belief that never wants to be found? I'm actually getting yes. So something about love. Let's go check what that's all about. It's always a fun thing to check. So I'm asking, well, what belief under that category. Do you have children, Tanya?
Yes, I have a son.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, something to do with the children. So let me just check in. Actually, it's interesting, and we'll just check on this because when I go to that, Tanya, I'm actually getting the thymus gland is actually connected to the thymus gland. So let me just check for everybody here. This is an experiment. What percentage is the thymus gland for everybody that's on this call? I'm only getting about 40-some%. That's what's coming up for me. Say an average for everybody on this call. So we obviously want that up because it affects our circulatory system and our lymphatic system. So let's go check, and we're going to be asking, well, what belief could you be holding on to? I guess related with your son. And yes. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is what's coming up. You may not agree or might not resonate for you, but at some level, I am a failure as a parent. Now maybe it's not on a conscious level, but subconscious. Does that resonate with you?
And a bit on the conscious as well.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. It does not to sound cruel, because I'm a parent too, and that'd be, but we don't know what we hold on to. So I'm getting that. So I'm a failure as a parent. And I'm asking, is there more information that we need to know? Right away, I'm getting told, yes, actually, there is more information we need to know about that. So let me just check. And I'm asking for some assistance. So I work with the cards too. And let's just see what's coming up here. And yeah, there's some lessons that are coming up. Oh, interesting. Something about lessons and blessings. So I'm asking, what is that we need to look at? Okay. So I'm just testing in that with that. Okay. So are you like I was going to ask, like a Catholic, or are you of a certain religion, or is there something? Pardon?
A Buddhist.
Oh, you're Buddhist. Interesting. How lovely. How nice. So some Buddhist. So something about a lesson. Oh, I'm getting a lot of energy in my head, Tanya. Let's just see what's coming up here. And this for everybody here, because there's a lot of wisdom behind that. And a lot of wisdom behind that. And I think that's going to unlock you too, like just for more prosperity. Yes. So I'm getting something about, is your son artistic? Is he artistic at all? Or are you artistic?
We both are.
Yeah, you both are. Oh, isn't that interesting? You're both very artistic. Yeah,
I'm
that's
a
what's
and he's studying in acting college.
okay. So there's just something there. I just don't. I need to check if there's another belief. And again, this could be, for everybody else that feels, oh, there's something about my child has to win. My child has to win. And so a lot of pressure that's being put on, but I think it's been put on you as well. So let's just go ahead. And so anywhere for any of us here that feel like, oh, I just have to win, or that pressure may has been placed upon you unknowingly. Maybe it was placed on your mother's side or your father. Let's just ask to dissolve that. It's, we're done. Anywhere that this, I just, oh, my child has to win, or you feel like a failure and all that. Let's just go ahead, please, and clear that out for everyone here. Anywhere that you feel like you're having to prove yourself, you have to win, no matter what. It's like, I have to win to get the trophy, to get the medal, to bring it home to show my mom and dad. I have to win. Well, it's anywhere those beliefs, I have to do it, I have to prove myself. We're asking, please, God, to go through and just sending in some just dissolving that. And we want to send in some ease and grace for everyone. Like, oh, just sending that ease and grace. And that solar plexus, ease and grace. So that's not that belief. You don't need to hold on to that anymore, Tanya. And for everybody here that is feeling that, just have to. Okay, now we're going to go back and we're just going to be asking. So just out of curiosity, the thymus gland that was about a 40%, I'm getting this gone up to 80%. By doing that just now, it's gone up to 80%. That's how wild. We don't understand. We don't recognize these beliefs can have a direct impact on us physically, not just as to anything else. Okay, let's go back to, you want to check. Let's go back to this wall and tell me if it's changed, if it looks different, or what that is. So tell me about this paper wall.
Well,
is it still there, or is it?
I would say it disappeared actually almost completely.
Awesome. That's
Thank you so much.
great.
Awesome.
never
That's great,
knew that-
Tanya. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Thank you, both ladies. Thank you.
Awesome. Good, 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 good. So now we're going to do one more with Susanna. And
Okay.
just really quickly, I apologize to everyone for the weird messages in the chat. I don't think it was intentional, but I have deleted them all. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's hope they're not back. No, okay, good. Okay, Susanna, you said you can't you can't visualize it, just
Oh, you
darkness.
can't. It's just darkness. Okay, Susanna, let's go see. So it's just dark. That's what it is. It's just, well, your wall is darkness, actually. So when you say you can't visualize it, it's because it's dark. It's just, okay,
Black.
let's go,
Yeah.
let's just black. Let's go see what's going on. So I'm asking, getting that connection with Susanna. Susanna, okay. So I'm asking Creator, well, what with this just dark? There is no wall. The wall is, well, the wall is dark, I guess. So just checking in. So is there, I just feel like I need to clear out some more interference energy right now for us. Just clear out any interference energy as to electronics, as to everything. And, for Susanna, for anybody here, if there's any interference energy, I don't know, send it to the other side to be dealt with appropriately, or, just like out of here. Okay, get out of here. We have to get really firm at times, when we feel like we've been interference energy. Whoa, look at that. It's just, again, I'm holding it. But I just sensed, oh no, there's some interference energy. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go back and ask for Susanna. Where do we go? Okay. All right. So I'm here. I'm talking to myself, but I'm just asking myself questions. Okay. So I'm getting something about egos coming up. And when we ask about that, you know what that's interesting because it actually affects the thyroid. So it can be related, I should say, to thyroid. So if I was to check for everybody here, what's the average percentage of the thyroid operating at everybody here? Oh, you know what? I'm getting quite low. I'm getting about 15%. So I'm just saying on an average, that's what I'm picking up, which is low. And you may get a different percentage, but I'm for the average here, 5, 10, I'm getting about 15. Okay, so let's just see where we go. And what belief is affecting the thyroid related to this darkness? Okay, I'm just asking. Truth. Okay. Sorry, just checking in. Oh, something about now, Susanna, see if this resonates for you. I need to have it my way. This is the ego. She smiles. I need to have it my way. Does that resonate with you? Yeah. Oh, it's fun. I think that's a yes, right? Yes, it is. I need to have it my, oh, I'm getting a lot of energy in my way, in my head. Ooh, in my way. I need to have it my way. Wow, a lot of energy, Susanna. So, okay, fun. Let's see where we go with this. I need to have it my way. It's not my way, what's that saying? The highway. That was it. Do you guys remember that? It's not my way, the highway. I haven't heard that in like forever. Okay, so oh, getting a lot of energy. Okay, so I'm just wanting some more insight on it. But what is that? Need to have it my way. And I'm asking, what other belief could that be? Oh, about something about boundaries is coming up. So, oh boy, okay, we're going down the rabbit hole. So again, if anybody also is feeling that, because if our boundaries are loose, then that's going to affect everything as well. So truth. Okay. Something about unable to create healthy boundaries. Does that resonate for you? Unable to create healthy boundaries. Okay, so when we look at that, let's look at to the boundaries and for everybody here. So how strong are the boundaries, and including myself, because it can change, right? You might be good one day, but not good the other day. So for everybody here, out of 100%, how strong is our boundaries right now at this moment? Wasn't that interesting? And I'm just doing this for myself here, but when I asked, I'm getting about 20%, which was close to the thyroid being about 15% or so. So interesting. There's definitely a correlation there. So I need to have healthy boundaries. So what is going on for Susanna and perhaps everybody else here about not unable to have healthy boundaries? So I'm asking for assistance. What's going on? And giving us some clues about, yeah, I feel really okay. I sense for you, Susanna, maybe other people here, like I feel like we go back, the Oriental, like how they would, hmm, how you'd have your feet and they'd be purposely put into these shoes and you had to make them, what is that called? Do you know what I'm saying? And you had to conform to those. Does anybody want to help me out with that? And so they would make it very,
I
very
don't know what it's
tight.
called, but they were really binding. Yeah, Bobby says binding.
Yeah,
They have to bind
binding.
the toes, bind the feet to fit into
Yeah,
the small shoes. Yeah.
yeah. And just
Part
like you,
part of the
exactly.
Japanese culture.
Yes.
Mm.
And that's what's coming up. Yeah. And it's just, no, I need to break through. I need to break through. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. So let's just see here. What else? Yeah, it's like having to need to break through. Okay. I'm getting a lot of restrictions too for you, Susanna, and I'm getting like um, breaking through the doctrination, and it could be through the church, is what I'm getting, if that makes any sense. Um, so that's what's kind of coming up for me too. So through several lifetimes here of restriction, having to I'm hearing the word dogma. Dogma. Does that make sense for you? Yeah, you're going, yes. Okay. All right, so let's see what we can do here. So we're going to be asking, yes, the bound feet, binding. So, and we're asking anywhere and everywhere of holding on to the restriction, memories of being, restricted, unable to move, unable to speak. And all of those memories that are held at a cellular level, it could be obviously within the brain, but within and the memories, all organs and glands and tissues and blood and bones, the marrow of the bone, throughout all the systems. All programs related. All this dogma. Unable to see the light. Not able to see the light, held in the dark. We're asking God to please let loose any restrictions, any type of pressure, of according, any strings attached. And just let everything sort of loosen up and to dissolving these memories and any vows, contracts, agreements, oaths, whatever has been taken on by not just yourself, but on your ancestors. Oh gosh, I feel a lot of that in my head. All that darkness, restriction, held down, restricted, 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 restricted. It's a little bit lighter. Yes, they want to control your life. I can't find the way through. I'll need to get you through that. Okay. It's not a lot of energy here. I don't know if you feel that, Susanna. Do you feel any energy in your head? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, oh, now it's spinning here to the right. So letting it do its thing. Okay. Let's take a deep breath in and just sense how you're feeling, how everybody's doing here. But Susanna, for you, if you can just type in if things shifted a little bit or not, whatever that is, your truth. I'm not putting words into your.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And for everybody else, what was
Yeah.
your experience? How are you feeling
Your
now
truth.
after these 3 demonstrations of brain clearings, brain walls, etc.? So how are you doing? Yeah, let us know, Susanna, how you're doing now, okay? Better, Bobby says. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a bright door ahead. Oh, that's lovely. Good.
Ooh.
Awesome. I love that.
That is really good. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. Good. Tim says he can relate to the power struggle that Susanna was talking about as well. So
Right.
hopefully the clearing that Brenda just did is going to help you with that as well. Tim. Tanya says I feel better. Awesome. Good.
I
So
think it's going
as
to
folks,
continue, sorry, for a period of time as well, just so that you know.
yeah. Yeah, it's not just like during the show, it's going to continue to continue to perceive and receive the healing, receive the clearing, and continue to drink water because that always helps with the energy work, right? Okay, so while we're waiting for other folks to type in, I'm just going to go, where am I? So I'm going to share my screen. Let's take a moment and talk about the packages that you have for us today, Brenda. So I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. You should be able to see my screen now. So Brenda has 2 packages. So package A is an audio package with 4 different audios. And then package B includes everything in package A, plus a 60-minute one-on-one session with Brenda, plus a personalized light language audio. So Brenda, what are these 4 audios in package A? They're light language audios, right?
Well, it's giving you a sample of so many places that we can go. And so I just wanted to give you a sense of what that is. Because I do work with pathogens, been trained in pathogenics, So that, that was just an example. So this is a fungus parasitic entity audio. So light language, as it says, to energetically uncover and clear the fungus parasitic to all your organs, glands, and tissues. Now, fungus is a really big thing. The thing is that the fungus could be the physical fungus, or it could be the energy of the fungus. It's not necessarily the same. So it could be the energy. So I can test, oh, is this a physical? It might go, no. Is it the energy? Yes. And then you get to what's going on in that, and having the light language. I just open up. I'm not pre-thinking, oh, this is what's, going to come out of my vocal cords. It's just what comes out. So it's again, knowing that you can have the energy of anything. The microplastic was interesting. We know, like, oh my gosh, we're getting plastic everywhere in the ocean. I mean, we all know that. But I'm astonished, and the more information that comes out, the level of plastic that we carry at a DNA level. It's astounding. And every time I have something in my house, I'm going, I got to put that in the garbage. But if it goes to, is it really going to get recycled? And then if it does, it's in the earth. And anyways, it gets into our cells. So this is to help clear out the microplastic that at a cellular level. Now, the nervous system is essential. Our nervous system gets sort of calm. And the thing is, it may not even be ours. It could be our ancestors. So just knowing, okay, I'm just going to play that with intention that is going to help my ancestors. So making it really easy, just going with intention, or, with intention, your children, mother, father, etc. So, yeah. The next one. So periodontitis clearing, bacteria clearing. So this is a really good clearing as to that bacteria. So maybe it's in your gums, and that could be affecting you. So we want to not just clear it, but we want to energetically download new stem cells. So when we do a clearing like that, let's create new stem cells. I'm sure everybody's aware of stem cells. So that is what you have there as package A. So $77 there. And then we get down to, so to this. This is what I love to do. So we meet, I send you, you say you buy it, then we meet, I get you a Zoom link, we meet on Zoom. And I'm going to go wherever you feel guided to. It could be on a physical, whatever level. It could be as your business. Maybe you need to, create more clients. Maybe there's something there. So with my 30 years corporate, I just sort of combined that oil and gas energy work with this type of energy work. And anyways, business is business, whatever type of business that is. And so what I'm going to do, we meet, and whatever we feel guided to, whatever that issue is, I then create with my trusted little, recorder here, and then I'll send it to you, and I download the light language. So you just need to come back to that and listen to it. It could be that you need to listen to it, a few times and then check. If you're not too sure about muscle testing, I do guarantee you will muscle test in a way that works for you in our sessions. I absolutely do guarantee that. So then I'm just not saying this, you can feel it. So that's that one-to-one. Of course, includes the audios and package A.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some wonderful testimonials and feedback from people who have worked with Brenda. So you can check them out on the special offer page. There's more of a bio for Brenda, a fuller bio. You can read that too to see who Brenda is really. And of course, these two packages, A and B. Package B, of course, there's a payment plan available. And of course, if you're an Inner Circle member, please use your gift code for both packages. Okay, and so see which one resonates with you. And but definitely, if you can work with Brenda, because you get way more than just clearings, you're also going to be empowered to use muscle testing for yourself, which is essential in this time and day for sure. So thank you, Brenda.
Yes, you're welcome.
Um, all right, let's see. Susanna says closer. Okay, good. So
Yeah,
Susanna is closer, but seems like behind a jail. Obviously,
right.
I saw the jail bars too.
Isn't that crazy? How fun that is.
And
Wow.
Susanna says, I've worked with Brenda and her clearings are very good. Oh, thank you, Susanna.
Thank you, Susanna.
Awesome. All right. So let's see where we're at. So if anybody has any questions about the packages or about the brain wall and brain clearings, brain balancing, brain clearings, let us know. Because it's something different. It's something new. Like it's similar to heart walls, but not exactly, right? So, but it is something that is new that can assist us with, getting more clarity. And not just getting more clarity in our brains, but also when our brain is functioning more clearly, more appropriately, more efficiently, everything else in the body and our field works better too, right?
Absolutely.
So
It's true.
yeah, absolutely. Um, so any last words of wisdom for us, Brenda? Anything else we need to know about the brain wall, clearings, brain wall balancing? That was so powerful at the beginning. I'm glad we did that.
I just honestly, as I mentioned before, we're just touching on the capabilities. We have, I truly believe, been disempowered way before we were even here on earth at this time. And we have to get our power back. It's essential. So we're here at this time, we're alive, grateful day by day. We're here. We're here for a reason. Um, let's do our best to get as neutral as possible, clear our head so that we do have the awareness. We're of service. We can, help our family because our head's clear. You can differentiate what feels right, what feels wrong, because you're more in your more concise, and you're able to express yourself with more, I'm trying to say clarity, but everything sort of falls into place when you're able to think. And it could be in
Yeah.
the morning, you wake up and you feel like kind of off center. Well, things, as we know, can happen as we sleep, and I mean, the reality is, some bad thoughts could be, we could be picking up on saboteur thoughts and that type of way. Oh, so a brain wall with Alzheimer's. Well, brain wall can affect everything. I would definitely look at it. Alzheimer's. Now that I have been working with this, and I think of my father who, died a few years in 2019, but I know he was touching on that. And if I knew of this, like, years ago, 2019, I probably would have worked with him more. But absolutely.
And
Um,
I think, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
One of the things that you mentioned, which if we could get more clarity on, is how do we know sometimes when our thoughts are not ours? How can we differentiate between our own thoughts and other thoughts?
Getting to say it's as simple as asking. So if you get strong with your testing, and again, that's something I'll work with you on if you're not. I'm going to just let's get you strong so that you're not doubting. And at some point, if you're in the lineup at whatever store or wherever you live at, just ask, because now you're so in tuned. Is this mine? And you just could stand there, who might absorbing somebody else's, because it could be somebody right beside you, and it could be you're, as an empath, you're picking up on their thoughts may have nothing to do with you, because that
Yeah.
happens a lot. So I'm going to say, learn the muscle test. Everybody can do it. Children can do it. If children can do it, we can do it, and get your head out of the way that you can't.
Absolutely. Yes, we can all do it. And, muscle testing, there are many different ways. Also, you could use a pendulum as well, if you need to. There's so many ways. But yeah, thank you for that explanation. Awesome. And yes, please, don't just automatically assume that what you're thinking is yours, because like Brenda says, we are so empathic and we're picking up on other people, not just people who are like right next to us, but even like in the next house or the next, like
Yes.
quite a ways, right? So, just always remember that, the thoughts that you're thinking may not always be yours. They could be somebody else's, right? And it could be, parents, siblings, etc. It could be ancestors, that you've pulled in and, have been thinking these thoughts all your
Right.
life. And it's like, well, it must be mine, but it may not be, right? So it's good to
Wow.
question, right?
It is. And it's good to know that maybe part of your role for being here on Earth right now is to help your ancestors. Maybe that's why you're even on a call like this or similar, whatever, but that's what you're to do. We're here. Like I know when I do my work, I know I'm helping my mother and my father. I know I'm helping my son, so it's
Yeah,
just that we just do it. Maybe you're not confident. Oh, is it really helping them? But just know every time you're working on yourself with intention, it's going to be affecting your field.
absolutely. So someone's just written in the chat that Raymond Grace, I don't know who that is, but talks
Yes,
about an
yes.
8-mile area to clear from the
Yeah,
body. So eight
awesome.
miles in all directions, right?
That's
That's how
awesome.
big our field can be and be impacted,
Yes.
right? By somebody else's thoughts within
Yeah,
8 miles.
Raymond Grace is a
That's
very well known dowser, if anybody in the US who and so I know Aaron Dows this as well. So it's amazing when we don't give ourselves enough credit. I mean, when you can clear water at a distance, when you can purify things at a distance halfway around the world, when you can help by prayer, by intention, heal, it's fabulous. And we just have been so disempowered. And we have to be very aware of that every single day. It's like, oh,
yeah,
you're hearing this. Is that bringing down my energy? Then you're not empowered. So be very aware of it. Get very clear in your head. And so that you are here doing what you're supposed to be doing and helping.
absolutely. And we are all here to serve in some way, in some capacity, right? So serving the light, serving love, serving our communities, etc. Right? So we are all here to do that. Thank you, Brenda. This
You're
was awesome.
welcome.
And thank you everybody for all your questions and comments and feedback in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just really quickly, this is Thursday, so we don't have any more live shows today or this week until next week. We'll be back on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. But then on this Sunday, I have my Soul Mission Blueprint activation call. So if you haven't signed up yet, please do. That's happening live on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Right. So thank you so much, everyone. This has been awesome. It's something new to think about and something new to be aware of is, are there brain walls? Is there brain balancing required and needed? Absolutely. Are there brain clearings needed? Absolutely. We just, we saw that today on the call. And really powerful. The process at the very beginning was so powerful. I was yawning through the whole thing. So I know that definitely created a shift for everyone, plus the clearings that Brenda did with the 3 cases, right? Case studies. So thank you for that. All right. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah.
I will send the recordings out in a little while. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. See you on
Bye.
Sunday if you're joining me. And if not, I'll see you next week. All right. Bye, everyone.